123D.
You gonna let anybody else intro?
Below us, you have got Zanar Crest Rider, the subject matter expert at We Make Up Your Nomad Gamers. Hey, real quick, if you're out there watching us on Facebook, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go down and hit that follow button, turn on your notifications. That way, every time we come live at you, you are being notified. Now, also, if you are watching us over on YouTube, thank you very much. You have found the home of the Nomad Gamers, where every Saturday, just like right now, at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, we come live at you with all kinds of new shenanigans. You never know what you're going to get on any given week. For all the individuals out there who are watching on my personal pages, I want to say thank you. Wherever you're watching us at, please hit that follow button. Please turn on your notifications. If you really like what you're seeing, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. And if you really, really like it, go ahead and share it. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, and to answer Fireball's question, every time I try and pass off the introductions, I get a no from you, and well, I can already tell you what Crest Rider's going to tell me.
But the thing is, you didn't even ask me this time. You're like,
well, guess what? If you tell me no 3 times in a row, I'm going to turn around and go, I'm just not going to ask the question anymore. I'm just going to do.
Hell, we were in the middle of a discussion, and he's like, all right, here we go, and just fires off.
Yeah, he didn't like...
Well, hey, punctuality. We say we're coming on at 4. By God, I'm going to hit that live button at 4.
Okay, but did we not just discuss
we did.
the starting of a pre-show and troubleshooting? Not only that, but it would give an advantage to viewers who are making it live, so that they would get a little bit of bonus content that may not actually end up in the VOD afterwards.
Well, I thought we were starting that next week. For that, I apologize. Good Lord Almighty. It's already becoming one of them weeks.
We're professionals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're professionals.
All right. But I do want to bring something up before we decide to dive into everything. Godfather, what was the last time our projection, or what were our numbers last time we brought him up on Facebook? We were what, 88 followers?
Sounds about right.
We are at 90.
No, we were above 88. I think we plateaued at 90.
88 was the number I remember hearing last.
Okay, yeah, maybe we gained 2. For the 2 out there who did, thank you very much. We only need 10 more. Yep. Look, here's the deal. If we get 10 more followers on Facebook, then Sweet Kitty Pie is going to have to come out, and she is going to have to start producing this show, because then we are going to be able to go live directly and independently on our Facebook. So, a little awkward silence.
Sorry, I'm pulling up Twitch real quick just to make sure if we've got any.
Well, it's either that or I'm gonna have to start streaming from my end too, and take over one of the feeds. Which would be kind of entertaining, because depending on where you went, then you wouldn't always get the same angles.
Right.
That is very, very, very true.
So we got quite a bit of news this week.
Yeah, this is going to be a long episode.
And for those here in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. I know we talked about it before we all went on our Thanksgiving vacations. And before we even gave you a World of Warcraft episode, but I just wanted to say it again.
Which I did get some feedback on that. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, that was one to remember for me. Good God Almighty.
But when we get into with us getting into gaming news, I'm gonna say this right now. Godfather actually putting something on the feed. So why don't we give him the floor first?
It wasn't first up. Go with what was first up. Fuck it. You want to hear me talk? I'll talk. So, as everybody out there knows, I am a huge Red Dead Redemption fan. I love the first Red Dead. Fell in love with it when I came home from overseas. Was playing it in the USO, and then when Red Dead 2 came out, I jumped on it. Sadly, I lost a lot of years on it because, well, uh, somebody below me can even attest to this. You would get griefed non-stop in that game. I'm sure Crust Rider does remember that because he was there with me that day. But anyways, I found an article on Game Rant, and it made me do a lot of thinking. It made me do a lot of reflection on this game, on just how truly great Red Dead 2 is. Now, Red Dead gets its fair share of crap, and this article even says it is warranted. If you look at a game like Assassin's Creed, if you look at a game, I'm trying to pull it up now, but here we go. Elden Ring, Assassin's Creed. With those games, you don't have to go linear. You can deviate from the original quest and go do what you got to go do. It's a little bit more of an RPG. Whereas with Red Dead 2, you're on chapters, you're on a story, you're going straight. There's really no room to deviate from one to the other. The thing that I found interesting about this article and why I wanted to bring it up is because what Red Dead lacks, it absolutely makes up with in story. The story is absolutely amazing. And when I read that, I was like, wait a minute here. It can't be that goddamn good. It just can't.
Well, I will say, and this is something that I have noticed, is Red Dead Online felt like it had a, and I wouldn't say it was a huge flop, but it felt like the transition from the story of Red Dead 2 to Red Dead Online, they could have done so much more with it.
Like what?
The biggest complaint I heard was how much you had to grind in order to get the next expansion stuff. Like you had to grind out gold to get the bounty hunting stuff. You had to
Mhm.
grind out gold to get the prospecting stuff, or the uh prospecting, like the
Actually,
gold rush stuff.
that is one of the more legitimate gripes on Red Dead Online. I had to start all over, so I'm getting a fresh perspective on this game. If you go and you do the blood money missions, which ironically are not that are pretty entertaining, you pick up gold that way. Now the problem with RDR2 Online is the same problem that you have with Grand Theft Auto 5. The reward or the ROI on your investment is just not there. And I said this the other night when I was gaming, when I was doing Grand Theft Auto 5, where I was like, God damn, everything is still over $1 million. In some cases, 2 million. If you were to buy a property on Grand Theft Auto 5, you would not see your money back for 3 to 4 months of hard gaming. 3 to 4 months in real life. Don't do a heist. Don't do any of that other stuff. Just focus in on the missions, or not the missions, but the all the businesses. It takes you about 4 months to get your money back. It's the same way with RDR. And when I was getting irritated with it, I had to remember something. It's Rockstar Games. If you are new to the RDR world, I suggest you go over to YouTube and you just put in how to easily make gold. I figured it was going to come up with all of these glitches and cheats and all this other crap like what you find for Grand Theft Auto 5. It did not. Jump on and off of a moving train on your horse and off back to the train 100 times to get like I think it's a bar of gold. It's RDR. You got to really immerse yourself into it. But we're getting off the beaten trail here for a minute. Oh fuck, I lost my. Oh, there we go. Graphics is. I don't care who you are. Nobody can knock Red Dead Redemption on their graphics.
Oh no.
The scenery is absolutely breathtaking. Like I know that the scenery behind Crust Rider right now is not from RDR2.
Well, that's because Crust Rider is also a WoW playground.
I know.
That's where most
I
of the
know.
stuff comes from.
Well, really?
It would be about where all of my stuff comes from.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain Obvious over here giving us a big old dose right now. But that is the type of detail that you're seeing on Red Dead 2. The other thing that I really, really found interesting about this was most stories, if your main crew has a disagreement and they go their separate ways, by the end of the game, they all come back to hug it out. Whereas Red Dead 2, that does not happen. Spoiler alert out there, if you're playing through the story right now, I don't know why you would be, but if you are, you might want to mute. When Micah gets put down by John, the ending of that game is not sunshine and rainbows. Arthur dies. Micah dies. Dutch dies.
Dutch dies in the first one, though, doesn't he?
No, Dutch dies in the second one. He is not in the first one.
Yes, he is.
Dutch is not in the first one.
Yes, he is. I could pull you up a cutscene where he's in the first one.
It might be a memory.
No, because
Red Dead Redemption happens after Red Dead 2.
Right, but if Hosea was the one that died.
In what?
In Red Dead 2. Dutch dies in Red Dead 1 after you go kill Javier.
Dutch dies when John and I can't think of that girl's name, but you save her earlier on in the story. They ride up to the mountain and they take out Dutch.
No, they take out Micah. Because, and I know what cutscene you're talking about. Micah's got a hold of that girl. I forget her name. It's not. I forget her name. It's not Abby because Abby's John's wife. But all of a sudden, Dutch walks out of the top of that building out there, shoots Micah. Micah lets go, and that's when John kills Micah. I remember that, and then I also remember watching you as a little 10-year-old. And
here we go. You're right. You don't kill Dutch.
You kill Micah.
You kill Micah, but Dutch dies by suicide.
Yes, he dies in the first game.
In that cutscene.
No, he doesn't. In the first game is when he dies.
Dutch Vanderland isn't directly killed by someone in the main story of Red Dead Redemption 2. He dies by suicide, shooting himself in the head after being cornered by John Marston and failing to shoot John, falling from the cliff to his death.
In the first game.
Though he is hunted and targeted by the government agents in the first Red Dead Redemption game, where he finally meets his end.
He is in the first game.
See, that's kind of one of those where it clashes because you can't commit suicide in the second one that happens before the first one, and then finally meet your end in the first one, which happens after the second one. You see what I'm saying?
Because I mean, I can show you right here on my phone the cutscene.
Not too worried about it.
That plays.
But anyways, the game does not show you everybody, they don't ride off into the sunset. They show you it's okay to have a violent end. And
well, I mean, they show you that in the first Red Dead too.
Not many people know about the first one.
I mean, literally
the first one is not wildly as popular as the second one.
Right, and I understand that, but you're talking about for Red Dead 2 that the synopsis, or I feel like I'm just saying word fruit style at this point, but in the first Red Dead, they already come out and basically say this isn't going to be a game of a happy ending because
Okay, Fireball. Here's where I'm going to cut you off, and here's where I'm going to tell you something. The article had nothing to do with Red Dead 1.
right,
It had everything to do with Red Dead 2.
all right, but what you're talking about is the fact that Red Dead 2
But what you're
is
talking
getting the praise of being this game that is like
okay, Fireball. This was all about Red Dead 2. Not a lot of people. They just re-released Red Dead Online or Red Dead Redemption.
I know.
So people are just now getting to know that game that came out from 2010.
Right, I
And
understand
you
that.
have to put on some blinders here for a minute. And you have to step back from an experienced gamer, Fireball,
I'm listening.
from an experienced gamer to a brand new gamer who may not know about Red Dead 1. Because let's face it, the three of us here, we know about Red Dead. We know about Red Dead 2. We know the storyline. We might miss small little things about it, but we know about it, right? It'd be the same way like with Fallout. If you get a new person off of the street who starts playing Fallout because of the Fallout TV show, they are not going to know that Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is not canon. They're not going to know that Fallout Tactics is not canon.
Right.
Until Bethesda or until Game Rant or PC Gamer or the Nomad Gamers or whoever, until we come out and we give them that knowledge. It's like, here you go.
But this is the part that I'm trying to say. You're saying put blinders on, but as somebody who's trying to actively get people to play both games, this is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's not how you put it though.
Red Dead 2 was not the beginning of this game is not going to have a happy ending.
No, and I never said that.
But that's what you're saying from the article.
And that's true because that's what the article says. I already know this.
Right, but what I'm trying to say
we cannot assume that our viewers or anybody out there besides the three of us knows this. So you kind of have to tiptoe into it and lead them down the path. And that's okay because whenever you're a new person or a new player to a game, that's what you have to be eased in.
Well, and I will say, and this is for everybody out there watching, if you are new to Red Dead, you need to play RDR2 first. Because if you don't know, Red Dead 2 is the prequel to Red Dead. So if you play Red Dead 1 first, you're gonna kind of be confused a bit on what's going on. Because in Red Dead you're gonna hear about the old gang, you're gonna hear about Dutch, you're gonna hear about Javier, you're gonna be tasked with hunting these people down, and you're not gonna know who they are unless you play Red Dead 2 first and get to know them a bit better. But what I was trying to say was just Red Dead 2, and this is. I'm sorry, I'm trying to formulate my words here, trying to formulate a complete sentence without sounding stupid. Red Dead 2 is great. The story was great, the graphics are great, everything's great about it. I will say the first Red Dead, the story is kind of
meh,
off-putting. I mean,
it's confusing.
Some aspects you really have to be interested in getting through it because you're going to be like, I'm losing interest in this. So in order to get through it, you have to actually be interested in it.
And I think it's cool how Rockstar I don't want to say re-release because for the PC it's always been available. But they are now actively pushing it once again.
Yeah, because now it's available on Netflix.
Yeah, that too. I think that's a joke, but whatever.
When I saw that announcement, I thought we were getting a Red Dead series.
Oh, we're getting a Red Dead movie though.
So I thought we were getting a Red Dead Netflix series when I first saw the announcement.
That'd be cool too.
I was like, oh, it's just they're re-releasing the game so you can play it on Netflix.
They are actively, I don't know if they're filming yet, but I know they have cast of characters for Red Dead the movie, and it sounds like we're getting comments. So let me.
I have not. Oh, you would know because you got everything set up.
Hang on, I'm going over there.
Crest Rider, moving forward off of Red Dead, you want to talk about your little bit of news before we get on to everything else?
I wondered if you guys were just going to argue about Red Dead the whole time.
We probably could have.
Probably would have.
So, I, as I mentioned, 2 weeks ago for us, but last week for anyone watching, in the World of Warcraft episode, the housing update came out this week.
I heard that.
People are now, for the first time in 21 years of the game's lifespan, able to make their own house. And people are churning out some incredible designs. It's actually really cool to see what people are building.
Like, okay.
The
question real quick. So, how does it work exactly? Is it kind of like how Fallout 76, how you have your own like shelter, and you can go in there and customize it that way, or?
So what they did was they created neighborhoods, and they're an instant space that is accessed via the portal rooms for both the Alliance and the Horde via Stormwind and Orgrimmar's portal rooms, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
The Alliance have Founder's Point, which is, biome-wise, it's a combination of, like, Elwyn Forest, Duskwood, and Red Ridge Mountains.
Okay.
The Horde have Razorwind Shores, which is like Durotar, Ajara, and the Echo Isles. Biome-wise. What? You want attention? My cat yelling at me. So when you go there, each neighborhood has 50 different plots where you can put a house.
Okay.
You buy a plot at your chosen location, and if your chosen location is taken, if you're in a public or if you're in a guild, one or neighborhood, if the neighborhood fills up enough, it will spool off another version of the instance where all the plots are available again. So there's always going to be space. It's not like Final Fantasy XIV where there's a limited number of housing slots and you're fighting tooth and nail to get and maintain the spot. Everyone gets their own house. So when you build your house, then you have a budget for decorating the outside of the house. There's some customization to the house itself, which there's more coming, but we're only in the early access period of housing.
Right.
And then you go inside the house, which is in itself an individual instance.
Yeah.
And you have your whole budget for that. And that will increase as you level up your house. Most of the level ups are gained through what they call endeavors, which are group activities inside the neighborhood. Those are not available until housing officially launches with the, I believe, the Midnight pre-patch. Or it might be the expansion proper. I'm not sure which.
So
right now, the only way of gaining experience is by collecting decorations.
So, I'm gonna take these off because I know I keep seeing the light reflection on this. But moving on.
Used to it.
You like you said, you can either be on a public instance or a guild instance. Do you have like preference on what you want? Like you can turn off public instance and just be in your guild instance, or is it just like if you're with your guild members and you all enter the same instance, you'll be put in the guild instance, or if you're just going in by yourself, you're gonna be put in the public instance.
Now, how they set it up was when you go in, you specify if you want to go into your guild one. And once you buy a house, it defaults to sending you to the one your house is in.
Okay.
But when you first enter it, if you're in a guild and the guild has a neighborhood set up, it should send you to that neighborhood first. Otherwise, it's going to send you to a public neighborhood. and you can pick your plot from there. If you don't like where you're at, you can open the housing finder, and you can search for your friends via their battle tags. There is a dedicated spot for your guild neighborhood if you're in a guild,
Oh,
or you could just swap to one of the randomly listed available public neighborhoods
okay.
and go there to look at plots. When you select a plot to go view and check out the area, it puts a 5-minute lock on that nobody else can attempt to purchase that. It's reserved for you while you're looking at it. So you've got 5 minutes to decide if you want that one, or it'll release that reservation and then somebody else could buy it while you go check out other spots.
One more question, possibly. Can you set your Hearthstone to your house?
Not that I've seen so far, but you don't need to.
You don't need to?
There is a dedicated button in the housing dashboard that is teleport to plot. When you buy your house, you have I think it's a 15-minute cooldown, teleport to your house that also functions as a return to previous point if you don't log out or go into an like a dungeon instance or anything.
Okay. Because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, let's just say hypothetically, because this is the city I remember the most recently. Let's say you're in Dalaran and you want to go to Stormwind and you don't have your Hearthstone set to Stormwind, you have your Hearthstone set to Ironforge. You could then choose between going to Ironforge or going to your home or going to your house plot in a Hearthstone.
So if you're Alliance and you want to go to Stormwind, the easiest way is going to be go to whatever capital city that you're in the expansion that you're working on is in, and they're going to have a portal to Stormwind.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could go to the housing neighborhoods and take the exit portal there, which will take you to Stormwind if you're Alliance, or Orgrimmar if you're Horde, to the portal rooms there.
Right. Okay. But that sounds very interesting. I know back when I was playing in Lich King, a lot of people were asking to have a lot more like customization options when it comes to their character and stuff like that. So,
and I mean, they have, and right now we're kind of in a weird in between where we're starting to get some of the features of Midnight, but we haven't. Midnight was announced for March 2nd of 2026. So we've only got to wait till the beginning of March.
Right.
And I'm running off of memory on that, so I might be mistaken on the exact date, but it's right at the beginning of the month.
Right. Okay.
So we've got that. The pre-patch is probably going to come mid-February, so you have a couple weeks. Well, if you're gonna get up. Come on. I told you my cat was being needy.
Special guest.
So we're gonna have that, and what they're gonna do is you were talking about customization options. They are about to revamp the transmogrification system, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, that is what we use to let us choose what our armor looks like, what our weapons look like. Basically, it's the fashion souls aspect of the game.
It's kind of like how in Destiny 2, how you've got like synthetic weave, and then you can go and buy like the cosmetic, and then you can put the cosmetic on whatever armor you wear.
Yep.
Okay.
And when you acquire a new piece of armor, you unlock that appearance for use in the transmog system. They are taking that system, and instead of applying it to each armor piece individually, now you're going to apply it to the equipment slot instead. So instead of applying it to your helmet, you're going to apply it to the head slot, and no matter what helmet you are wearing, you'll have the transmog without having to go and rechange it every time.
So is that just armor, or is it weapons too?
Weapons as well.
Because I remember back in Lich King, Sweet Kitty Pie did the raid and got the cool looking like frozen axes, and I always thought those were the coolest.
Why are you trying to eat my beard?
All right. Well,
so the cool part about the transmog system, since you had to broach it, now I have to specify. They are also allowing you to set up conditional situations where your transmog will automatically adjust. I have been playing a Drakthir character, and Drakthir have two forms. They have their humanoid visage form, and then they have their draconic form. I can set up rules so that when I'm in my draconic form, my armor looks like one thing, and when I go into my visage form, I have another set of armor,
Oh, that's
which is
cool.
really nice because Drakthir in their draconic form only have 3 visible armor slots: their helm, their shoulders, and their belt. So it's really, really hard to get a good-looking transmog that doesn't look like complete garbage when you're in dragon form, because you only have 3 pieces of it visible.
Well, I think we need to move on because it looks like Godfather's about to fall asleep over there.
No, I'm just listening and absorbing all the changes in WoW.
It sounds like they're actually starting to.
They always have.
Yeah.
I know where you're going, but they always have.
All right. Well, moving on. Thank you, both Godfather.
Oh, hold up. Hey, what was the comments you heard about the WoW episode? I mean, we're at WoW,
Oh
so
yeah,
might as well.
might as well.
I had a couple of people who watched it. My longtime viewer friend Alona Silver, and another one of my friends who is going through a bit of a rough patch. So I gave her that video to watch as a way of distracting her during a chemo treatment. They both got a big kick out of our argument about the whole PvP rules. And it was a resounding, you were wrong, Gaz, and they thought it was funnier than hell that we were arguing about it for 15 minutes.
I was not wrong.
Yes, you were.
He will still die. No. We're not getting into it again. If you want to watch it, go watch the episode. Because we still have a lot to cover, and we've already been talking for a half hour.
Yeah, your point?
But
I want to argue about PvP, then I'll argue about I'll go get my goddamn armor up. Me and Crush Rider will do a little good lord.
The part I loved was how you argued about it and then basically read off exactly what I told you and then still tried to tell me I was wrong.
You are.
All right, but thank you, Godfather, for finally having something. Show notes. Thank you, Crush Riders, for bringing
a little bit behind the scenes break there.
I mean, we gotta have our stuff. We have to have our stuff written down because there's a lot sometimes there's a lot to cover. Thank you, Crush Rider, for the update on WoW. That's actually pretty interesting. I find that pretty cool. But
I'm going to try and go through and see if I can get a capture going, see if I can get some footage of like strolling through the housing to see what some of the people are building.
Yeah. While Chris Ryder does that, I will talk. Since we are in a new month, you guys already know what's probably about to happen. But here are the new games. Here are the new highly anticipated games coming out in December 2025. Starting on December 1st, it's already been out, but Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's, from what I've seen, it's kind of like a 2D 8-bit Super Smash looking game.
Okay.
I haven't really heard much about it from the pictures and the little bit of gameplay I've seen. It looks pretty fun. It almost has like that old style Rampage look to it.
Alright, what's next?
Moving forward, released on December 2nd, Destiny 2 Renegades DLC. That came out for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. Don't really want to get into that because Destiny 2 is that toxic ass.
Dakota, yes, we're going to talk about some Ark. I'll find some Ark.
Ark Raiders or Ark Survival?
Ark Raiders.
Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows, which released for every other console besides Switch, finally came out on Switch 2 on December 2nd. She's Leaving apparently is a first-person horror game with a twist.
She gone!
As you play as both the hunter and the hunter. As a forensic analyst tracking down a serial killer, you'll get to explore dimly lit halls of an ancient home as you track down missing people. However, you're not quite alone and someone is watching your every move. That sounds pretty interesting.
No, it doesn't.
Let It Die Inferno, released on PC and PS5. The Let It Die. I'm sorry. I'm reading.
Don't read. Just go to the next one. If you want to read it, just go look for it.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, released on December 4th, Switch 2 and normal Switch, or Switch 1, not normal Switch. Thief VR Legacy of Shadows came out on December 4th, MetaQuest and PSVR V2. Blood Refresh Supply, PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch. Elden Ring, The Forsaken Hylos, Night Rain, came out on December 4th for PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. Octopath Traveler 0, looks like a kind of like a 3D 8-bit game. Microsoft Flight Sim 24 is coming out for PS5 on the 8th. Skate Story on December 8th, PC, PS5, Switch 2. Unbeatable, release date December 9th, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Mutant Football League 2, December 10th, PC, PS5, or Xbox Series X and S. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, December 11th, platforms Switch 2. Star Trek Infection, December 11th, platforms MetaQuest 3, PSVR version 2. Terminator 2D No Fate, December 12th, PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch. Not Switch 2. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora from the Ashes DLC, releasing December 19th, sorry. PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and that is it. So I mean, it sounds like there are some good games that sound like they're going to come out. I am excited. I won't play it personally. I mean, I might, because I'm starting to get into those kind of games that are rage-inducing. But I'm excited to see what's going to be coming out of the Elden Ring DLC and the Avatar DLC. What comment you got?
Right, so Dakota is chatting with me, but I guess a little byproduct of Thirsty Thursday and a little bit of byproduct of my Wednesday night stream. I have his wife now playing Grand Theft Auto 5 again, which made me chuckle. Hey, keep on gaming out.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the elephant in the room, shall we?
What's that?
The Fallout elephant.
Oh yeah, Fallout TV
He's
show.
a cat, not an elephant.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
All right. Well, Fallout TV show comes out next week. What was it? December 12th?
17th.
December 17th. So that won't be next week. That'll be the week after that.
Yep.
I'm excited. I've been starting to see like more and more of the trailers. I've been starting to see people do snippets together. I got to see the Novak dinosaur. I thought that would Novak? That's right?
The Nomad dinosaur. I like
The
that.
Novak.
You said
dinosaur.
Nomad.
No, I said Novak.
You said Nomad.
That's right, Novak dinosaur, right? I think so.
Okay.
But I got to see the dinosaur. That was pretty cool. That's really about the only thing that I've seen about it, other than the fact that the ghoul was being hung from the dinosaur as a trap. That was pretty funny as well. But no, I'm excited. I've been starting to see a lot of the red carpet premiere stuff. Todd Howard talking about certain things about the Brotherhood of Steel. There was something funny coming up where they were talking to the cast about who would win in a fight. The Last of Us characters or Fallout TV show characters. Really just fun and quirky questions that they were asking about all of it.
So we got a comment on this already from Dakota. By the way, thank you for commenting. Very excited for the new Fallout TV show to come out. I have been watching the first season. It's amazing. And he leaves it with an it. Whatever. So I was not a fan of season 1. Everybody knows that. Not a fan at all. I'm not going to rehash it. Not even going to go down that avenue. However, I am excited for season 2. I'm excited to see how they're going to do the TV show and work it into the lore that we already know from the video game. Because we pretty much have a very large radius around the city that we already know what happened. And for anything that they want to change, they're going to have to go outside of that radius because everything inside that radius we know about.
Well, and this is what I'm excited for season 2 is because every single Fallout game you play, other than I believe 3, they leave the ending very vague. They never really come across the canonical ending. So
3 does, and so does Vegas.
no, we don't know what
Oh no,
Vegas.
Vegas does.
So I'm excited to see what canonical ending they're going to come with when it comes to New Vegas, if they
even do.
If they even do. But that was one of the biggest hypes was at the end of season 1 when
You froze.
So did you.
I better not have.
But what
Erotic.
But when you see the Lucky 38 needle, we're like, oh my god, we're going to New Vegas. Can't wait to see what New Vegas looks like, what they're gonna do for New
What
Vegas.
the fuck? Hold on, boys. Hold on. Houston, we might have stream froze. We have a problem.
You're back up. You're no longer froze for me.
All right. Well, hey, I'm sorry about that. T-Mobile, you better play nice with us.
But after all the hype died, they finally go, oh my god, we may finally get a canonical ending to New Vegas, and then a lot of speculation was happening on what the canonical ending was. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do for season 2. As for
Now, let me ask this question. Because I've been thinking a lot about this, and I'm going to go down a road that Crush Rider really doesn't like to go down. But
oh, was the cat done?
You kind of have to ask this question. Could the TV show be setting us up for Fallout 5?
Well, if we're talking speculation, which
I'm not talking speculation. I'm talking. Well, I guess I am speculating, but I guess what I'm trying to say here is, if they give us the canon ending to Vegas, is that going to lead into a storyline for Fallout 5? Because they already said that they're not gonna touch anything for Fallout 5. But there was an article last week that I reported on for Talking Tuesday, how it's a happy coincidence how this is kind of coming together.
I did see an article that said that they're going to actively avoid touching on. They're doing a fog of war mentality on anything involving New Vegas, because they're trying not to canonize any of the events of the game.
Right. And I mean, that comes back like I feel like that would be pretty hard for them to do.
Well, no, not really. Not really.
If you go into if they're gonna go into the strip, if they're gonna go to the Lucky 38, and let's just say hypothetically Mr. House is alive, that takes out one or two endings.
Right? No, actually it doesn't.
Because if you side with and if I'm wrong here, please tell me. If you side with Yes Man, you have to kill Mr. House. If you side with Caesar, I think you have to kill Mr. House.
And Yes Man.
That's what I just said. Yes Man number 1, Caesar number 2.
Think of it like this, though, Fireball. And this is kind of fun to think about. It really is. Could they be sneaking in there maybe during the middle of the game, during the middle of the events of the game? This way, all the endings are still in play. You, as the player, have not progressed to that part to where you have to choose which path you're going to go down.
No, because
the problem is by messing with any of it, they would be creating a situation where they're dictating this event happened in New Vegas.
Right.
And they're
And
trying
that's-
very hard to avoid anything involving that.
Right.
Or is it just going to be the ghoul in, I forget her name
Lucy.
now. but Lucy. Could they just be passing through?
I mean,
That could be.
that could be the case. They don't go into the Lucky 38, but this is like this, and we don't like to speculate here on Nomad Gamers, as I've been told a lot. But thinking about it, what other reason would Hank McClane have to go to New Vegas for, other than to try to go see Mr. House?
Pass through?
Why?
Supplies? I don't know.
I mean,
But at the end of the day, we know. Here's the fact: we know they're going to New Vegas.
Mhm.
We know that.
Mhm.
That is an outlined fact. Why? We're gonna have to watch a TV show to know. But my only question, the only thing that I'm thinking about, is the timeline on when they go through.
but
Because there's a finite time that they can get through there without messing up any of the story from the game.
but here's the thing, and this is where your whole timeline thing is already going to be ripped to shreds, Godfather. The events of the TV show take place 12 years after the events of Fallout 4,
Then they're up a shit creek
and
because
New Vegas takes place like, I don't remember off the top of my head. We covered this.
yeah,
Yeah,
last year.
Mm-hmm. But I think New Vegas takes place before 4.
But either way, they've got and now well, you see, and here's the other thing about Bethesda that's starting to irritate me is now they're incorporating the ending of season 1 into Fallout 76 with the latest update, Burning Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I haven't confirmed this, and I don't know how you get there, but they like teleport you to a desert arid area. And one of my problems with that is somebody telling me where by West Virginia or Pennsylvania there is a goddamn desert or an arid area. There isn't.
But here's the thing: is we don't know what the nukes did to the.
We have enough information right now with enough areas in that same geographical area to know what it would have and what it would not have done.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this, and
we got comments.
This is where I could look at the glowing sea in Fallout 4. You take away you take away the rad rain, you take away all of that, and it looks pretty much the same as what Burning Springs looks like.
You're right. However, how long did it take from the events of the bomb dropping to Fallout 4, and you couldn't even get near the damn thing?
Right.
I mean, I am just looking at information from in game. I'm not looking at real life. Okay. Because a part of these games is you have to use your imagination and the information that you are given by that game. You have to step into the world of that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at Fallout 4, which happens in Massachusetts, 8 short hours away, or maybe less, by car from Appalachia. Okay? I'm looking at the events of Fallout 3 that happened just across the border in DC.
Right.
And there was what? At least one confirmed direct hit in DC. Maybe more. I do know the White House took a direct hit in the game.
Right.
But I can't, it's been so long since I played the game, I can't remember if there was a direct hit anywhere else in the city. But I get what you're saying. I get what Dakota just said. He said, for a nuke, that can't happen. You are both 100% correct.
But I will say also, in Fallout 76, if I remember correctly, because I haven't played 76 in almost a year, the Brotherhood does have access to vertibirds, don't they?
Yes.
So does the Enclave.
I don't think there's any alive Enclave.
But I mean, I believe the Enclave does have vertibirds, but they're called vertibots. Because if you remember, when you go to try to shoot down a nuclear key card, there's usually two vertibirds or vertibots following that convoy.
Yep. But back to what we were saying.
Automated vertibirds that are just following the drone.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying is, even with all the information from the in-world game, okay, you are still in the same geographical area as 4 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
If 3 took a direct hit and did not make it a goddamn desert, 4 took a direct hit, did not make it a desert. The area is pretty stripped.
What is that place called?
What, the Golden Sea?
No.
In 3?
It's in 76. You used to fight about it all the time because that was the one place where you could get acid. And you used to pick fights with everybody because they kept trying to go and take it. It was in the top left or top.
Would have been top left.
Top left. It was like it looked desert like too.
No, it was
but
all
there was
wet.
a bunch of like glowing, irradiated puddles and stuff. Murky Hole?
No. It was like an old, you're right, though, about hole. But it was like an old putt-putt golf course.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it wasn't a desert area. It was just...
No, but a lot of it was like cracked in the way like you would see in a desert. But there were a bunch of irradiated, there was an irradiated river or lake there, and there was a bunch of like irradiated.
I guess all I'm saying is this, is I get the creative side of it. I really do. And if this would have happened, let's say in the Northwest, if that's where, and this isn't factual by any means, but let's say 76 happened in Washington State, okay? And they were to say this, I would go, okay, maybe so. But we've got 2 other games in that geographical location that is not aired. That's kind of where I'm getting my heartache. And beyond that, if you're going to make a whole new DLC with away from Appalachia,
They say
just start working on 5.
Fallout 76 Burning Springs update adds a large new region to the game located in rural southeastern Ohio.
But even then, southeastern Ohio cannot be arid, cannot be a desert. There's a goddamn river that runs through.
But I mean, and this.
I get it. It's just, this is the mindset that Bethesda makes me go absolutely crazy about. But
speaking of Fallout, because we are on the topic of it, the original creator of Fallout, Tim Kaine, has been reportedly come out of retirement and is working with Obsidian again.
Yep.
Here, let me pull.
Didn't he help with
He helped with New
Outer World 2 or the new Outer Worlds that just came out?
I don't know.
I don't know that off the top of my head.
Hang on, I gotta check something. We're gonna lose full screen here in just a second.
I would say, wasn't he looking or working, or was he working with Obsidian? Because I mean,
he's working with Obsidian as of
from YouTube. The show is set in the year 2096. 2287 is Fallout 4. 2281 is Fallout New Vegas. Do you guys read YouTube chat? We do. That's why I'm here now. We have limited space and limited devices, but we're working on it.
So Tim Kaine was in like a semi-retirement. He was doing bits and pieces of contract work with Obsidian, his former employer, and others, generate content for himself from his YouTube channel. However, in his most recent video, Kaine announced that he has moved back to California and has gone back to work full time with Obsidian as
Good.
as an in office, not remote worker.
Okay. That's actually good news.
Hold on, I'm still reading more of the article. He says, energetically, he's back with Obsidian. I'm their full-time employee and in person, not remote. So I'm not a contractor anymore. We don't know what he's working on as of yet. Kane has said anything, but uh, he said, or, but I confess I am very eager to find out the co-creator Fallout, ready to go fully John Wick and pick up his old trade once again. He says he does say, don't bother guessing. You're not going to guess what it is. So think that any game with Fallout in its title out of the window.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to.
I didn't, but
Not at all.
I'm excited because I mean, realistically, Tim Kaine created 1 and 2 and worked on New Vegas. So all 3 of those had great stories. So I'm excited to see what he's coming out with because even though it may not be a Fallout game per se, it is going to be very interesting if they do create a new IP.
We're on Discord right now. Our Discord channel is Gnomad Gamers. And by the way, I just thought of a way to where we're going to be monitoring all of our chats starting next week. I have an idea.
Those who join the Discord chat will have a podcast channel open. You can write down your comments and stuff in there when we go live so we can read them. I feel like that'd be probably something we could go forward with. But yeah, I'm excited with that. We've got a bunch from what I've seen and from what I've heard from this last week looking at projects. We've got a lot of new projects in the works for gaming and or for game adaptations.
Good. You know, Obsidian makes good games. Or at least they did. I haven't really played any of their newer. I haven't played Outer Worlds 2 or whatever the new Outer Worlds is.
Yeah, Outer Worlds too.
But I haven't played that one. But Outer Worlds was pretty fun. I thought it was a little restrictive, but it was fun. Obsidian came out in conjunction with Bethesda for New Vegas, as we all already know. That was also fun. So I like Obsidian's style. I really do.
Obsidian knows how to make a good RPG.
Yeah, that they do.
Very much so, yes.
So
now
they can have whatever IP they want. They can start a brand new one. If they're making another another RPG, I can get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obsidian is one of those gaming companies out there that still has a lot of brownie points when it comes to making games.
Yeah.
Because Outer Worlds, or not Outer Worlds, Obsidian doesn't do mass RPG or mass multiplayer like everybody else does. They stick to what they know.
Oh, now you brought that up.
Their games haven't devolved into live service DLC riddled
With microtransactions.
Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you guys brought that up, did you guys catch the article? I forget where I saw that this week. Where I think it might have been PC Gamer or Game Rant, one of the two, where US and UK gamers on a poll said that they'd rather have a single player game than a multiplayer game.
I did see that. I also did see the fact that in the UK, gaming companies can no longer get away with putting their gacha and loot crates and stuff behind like a read more portion to try to sneak information past behind you or past you. So they have to be more upfront about what they're putting in their loot boxes.
Hey, we got a comment real quick. Says, you have to remember there are some changes in the show. In the game, it was the Red Menace, but in the show, it was American corporations to gain power. So there are some changes. Thank you, Tinky Brew One.
I see what Tiki's talking about, and I do agree with you, Tiki. But at the same time, it's a bit it's if you and I'm not saying you don't pay attention, so don't say I'm not saying that. If you look at both game and TV show, the American government was pushing the propaganda of the Red Menace while also helping out the American corporations. That's what both the game and the TV show showed. So, I mean, while they used the Red Menace to scare the public, that's how corporations were getting stronger, is because, you're looking at ideally looking at history, looking at the 50s that Fallout is based on. They kept pushing the Red Scare, they kept pushing the Red Menace, and people were like, um, invest in American companies. We have to beat the Red Menace. So they were giving the power to the companies and didn't know what was actually happening behind the scenes. That's one of the best, I guess I would say, narratives that come from this show. You boys got anything else before I decide to keep it moving?
Oh, Crush Rider is monitoring our YouTube now.
Yeah, I got YouTube.
Okay.
Right.
Got to do something useful.
All right. Well, before we decide, because we still got a lot to talk about, but we're going to talk about updates and DLC updates that are coming out. First off, the easy one. Helldivers 2 just came out with a new update, dropping magma planets. Excited to see what they got. They dropped new Warbond. They dropped new environments for automatons, new missions. I'm excited to get back in and play it. I have not played it yet. Been pretty busy playing Tarkov and other games, but we'll see what's going on with that. I will have more of an analysis for you next time we get on air. But the big one coming up, the GTA Online Mansions update.
Yes. Michael's back.
Michael, and this also confirms age. And have you seen Amanda? Yeah, Amanda's in the cutscene too with blonde hair now.
Yeah.
But
that happens.
Now this is GTA Online?
GTA Online. This also proves that ending C is canonical.
Wasn't GTA Online supposed to take place prior to the events of the game?
No. So yes and no. Everything. So
another Rockstar ending for you.
GTA Online, when it first came out, was before the events of the story. But when the original 10-car garage apartment heists came out, that's when they jumped forward. When you started getting the bunker, the facility, all these.
Yeah, because they brought out the original characters into online.
Right. That's when you push forward.
They pulled a quote unquote time skip so that they could jump over the events of the game and not be hamstrung by limitations of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this new update is going to be okay. It looks a lot better than some of the ones they put out past.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, if you're out there and you want to see somebody playing it about 7:30 at night, come on over to Godfather's page. I'll be there.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the mansions look really damn good. Michael looks amazing. I mean, we're 10 years later into the future. I think now we're 10 years later into the future from the events of the story. Michael looks good.
12.
12 years? Right.
Because he was 48 in the game and he's 60 now.
Mm-hmm. It looks good. And I really, really hope that this is the final DLC.
It's not.
One can only hope.
It's not. There's still too much time between now and when 6 drops. There's time for one more DLC to push them over the line. Okay, who's watching Twitch?
That would have been
you.
Me.
No, I'm watching Facebook.
That would have been me. That would have been me. Hold on.
Anything from YouTube?
No.
They just. All right, I'm stuck on Word for a second. Clarified. The name is Mr. Stinky Brew.
Oh, Stinky Brew.
Stinky Brew. Okay.
Hey, thanks for watching, though.
Yeah, really appreciate that. No, we don't. I don't see any comments from Twitch. Is there a comment on your thing talking about Twitch? Because I don't see it on mine.
No, I have all the audio for
Okay.
lights and everything else, and I just heard a whole, but like a ding, 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 ding. So I didn't know what was going on.
I mean,
That was a couple of messages coming in via YouTube.
Okay.
I can pull up the trailer because I haven't watched the full trailer.
No. Let's move on.
From what I've seen from people are talking about, there's going to be a pool, home gym, like a 50-car garage.
It's a mansion. I would hope so.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot to it.
But again, this goes back to my original heartburn with this game. Is
there's going to be a lot of customization with the mansion.
Well, it's not that. I don't mind the customization. And this is something I hope they fix for 6. They have all of these buildings, and I'm gonna go back on my soapbox again. But you have all of these goddamn buildings that are meant for multiple people, but they give it out to every goddamn one.
If you want to hear him rant about his soapbox,
I'm not ranting about it. But
any episode where we talk about GTA, and he will be on that soapbox talking about that again.
You're goddamn right I will be, because they need to fix it.
But moving on.
Yeah, move on, because you know what's going to happen if we don't.
We'll look over the notes real quick and see what else we got, because
I might have to step away from my chair for just a second.
Oh, so I know you guys don't like to talk about it, but I got to bring it up. Roblox has been fully banned in Russia.
Who cares? It's Russia. I give 2 fucks what's happening in Russia.
The EU will probably slowly follow that as well.
I doubt it.
Mr. Stinky Bruce says the UK has passed a law that it means eventually no loot boxes in games. You get what you pay for, no gambling.
Yes, that is. That is the.
So they would have to, if they want to sell items on a shop, they would have to. You're paying 99 cents and you're getting the gun of amazing reloads. No thrown in for loot boxes and hoping to get it.
Well, and here's the thing that I will say. Rainbow Six Siege kind of did it best with alpha packs. You can have, and this is something I will die on a hill for. You can have loot boxes in a game as long as anything in those loot boxes are only cosmetic based. If you start, like, Black Ops 3 was notorious for it. Advanced Warfare was notorious for it. I think Infinite Warfare was notorious for it. A lot of the Call of Duties were notorious for it, and that's where they lost a lot of their players and fans. But if you're going to have a loot box system in your game, it needs to be cosmetic only. Otherwise, you are, you're just, honestly, you're a piece of shit game company if you have more than just cosmetic skins in your loot boxes, because then it becomes pay to win.
There's a lot of games that'll do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're Ubisoft and then you sell content skips for your games, you make massive grinds and then offer people money to skip them.
Yeah. Shadows.
That's basically every Ubisoft game for the last 15 years.
Yeah, you're right. But thank you, because I totally forgot about that. I saw that article and I skipped right over it, so I do apologize for that.
What's that?
The UK has passed legislation to where there's no more loot crates in video games.
No more what?
Loot crates, loot
I
boxes.
just said that.
I know. Godfather just got back. Godfather wasn't here.
No more loot boxes in what?
Video games.
And who said this?
The UK passed legislation that's forcing games to remove loot boxes.
They can remove them in the UK, but they better not remove them from here.
Well, and this is...
It's more the gambling aspect of it. They can still put the items in game. They have to specify you're getting what you're paying for, not a random chance at something.
Oh, so like when you buy like a $20 whatever, who knows what you get in there? Oh yeah, I don't care about that.
Right. I use the awesome gun of reloads as an example. Instead of buying loot boxes hoping to get it, you would buy it directly from the shop.
Right, exactly. Moving forward,
Moving forward.
looking at so we had a new video game adaptation come out over this last week. The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. From what I heard, fans loved it. However, it got an 11% Rotten Tomato score. I mean, who I only bring this up because it is a big uh movie critic, but I have not really cared for what Rotten Tomato has said. But from what I have heard is a lot of people have enjoyed this sequel of a movie. And they are
And
oh go ahead,
the
Chris Ryder.
the part to question is how many of these people are really enjoying the movie and how many of them are just frantic for anything more Five Nights at Freddy's because they're rabid fans of the series itself.
You know, he
Yeah.
speaks the truth there because, you know, like I am not a Halo fan. I'm not a Halo player. I could do without it. Like I tried it. Halo's been out what since 03?
Oh, one.
Oh, okay, 01.
Combat Evolved, yep.
And I've just never fallen in love with it. So when the TV show came out, whatever. However, on the flip side of life, I'm a huge Mario fan. Everybody knows this. I absolutely love all of the Mario movies and the TV shows. I thought they were very well done. And when it comes down to Rotten Tomatoes, I cannot tell you the last time that I looked at Rotten Potatoes or Tomatoes and went, "Oh, they gave them a bad score. I'm not going to watch it." No, who even looks at that crap? I know I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
It should be like anything else where it's used as a tool to gain some insight, but not as a replacement for your personal judgment.
Exactly.
Like if
You know,
Fireball or Chris Ryder said, "Hey, this movie about this game is just utterly garbage." I may or
and
may not
the
watch
general populace being able to vote on anything is always a
it.
realm for disaster. I mean, look at Steam and the way that people review bomb games, not because of
Yes.
anything done with the
Yes.
game, but because they got mad at a developer or got mad at a
Yes.
situation
Yes.
happening, so they review bomb a game in return.
Preach
You have
on,
to
Chris
filter all
Ryder.
that stuff out.
Preach on. And
But
that's why people
Rotten
are not
Tomatoes-
using reviews anymore. That's why people
Well,
don't
and-
look at reviews that hard at it.
Rotten Tomatoes could be a useful tool because there are, reviews in there. And you read through the reviews and they're like, okay, the cinematic quality, it looks like it was done by a middle schooler. There's no professional lighting, there's no soundscaping, that's useful information.
Check out it.
I think people should just watch movies. The amount of times I've enjoyed a movie that was slated is crazy. So I'm guessing that's UK slang for it was panned, is what we would say.
Mm-hmm. We've got nothing on Twitch. That's probably all YouTube.
I have one here on Facebook. Rotten Potatoes. I guess it said Rotten Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Tomatoes,
I thought it was.
and,
I thought it was ironic that
it
you
is
were
what it
shitting
is.
on Rotten Tomatoes and you called it Rotten Potatoes. So I mean, that's even.
Well, either way, man. I don't know, man. It's the whole critical thing. Minecraft the movie got absolutely shit on. While there's parts of it I didn't like, overall, it's watchable once. I don't think it's watchable twice, but I got through it the first time. I mean, I thought that movie was decent. But if you were to go and listen to anybody else, Minecraft the movie was horrible. It's made for toddlers. It really was not that bad.
It was not a cinematic masterpiece. No.
No. I'm not saying it was a masterpiece. I'm saying it was
You
watchable.
don't go into a video game adaptation movie looking for cinematic masterpieces. That movie was a video embodiment of Minecraft the game.
Yeah. You can even take the other one.
You're supposed to go into it looking for that, and in that respect, it succeeded very well.
Warcraft was another one. I watched it when I was overseas. Wow.
I watched that movie in 3D. I can never watch it again because I don't have a 3D TV.
Goddamn. Either way, being a former WoW player, watching it, I could tell what they took from the game, and I could tell what they had to do to make it a little bit more interesting for the big screen. And again, it got panned. It was absolutely getting hammered by critics. I thought it was watchable at least one time.
We got more comments somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too.
Nothing on YouTube.
I think we got a couple likes.
Oh, okay.
Come next week, I'll be able to tell you because I'm gonna post something right off to my right hand side that's gonna show me everything.
Well, moving on for more adaptations.
Oh Lord.
We have a Netflix has greenlit a live action adaptation of Assassin's Creed.
You know, that's what I think greenlit Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is making some moves.
And it looks like it's going to be directed by Emmy nominees Roberto Patino.
Oh.
He is known for DMZ, Westworld, and Sons of Anarchy, and David Weiner, who did Halo, Homecoming, and The Killing.
Might be a good one then.
Will serve as creators, showrunners, and executive producers.
Here's one for you. And
Hey, we got a YouTube comment.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Mr. Stinky Brew says, I watched Minecraft, blah, but my daughter loved it. Chicken Jockey, it did what it said on the tin.
Yeah, you know, blah is okay. That means you can watch it once.
Mm-hmm.
Kids
But you
did
know what?
love it.
I mean, it was a movie made for kids.
Yeah.
So if
we're
adults
thinking
didn't
blah,
care for it as
whatever.
much,
Who cares?
it's okay.
Now, back to what I was saying before the comment. How many of y'all caught that Warner Brothers is being sold to Netflix?
Yes, I
did see that.
It was
there's also talks of HBO being picked up by them
same
too.
one. Yeah, it's the same deal.
What I think I saw was it was going to be a $230 billion acquisition.
I
They're also going to get the Nemesis system as well.
Yes, well, that's what I was going to bring up. Was you remember how Warner Brothers
they locked it in the vault and they were sitting on it?
Yes,
now, Netflix is going to rip that shit out of the vault and start waving it around and going, "Hey, 50 grand, let's go, put it in your game."
Hold on. Do you imagine how freaking cool it would be to play an Assassin's Creed with the Nemesis system?
It would be really fucking cool.
Like,
I also hope
if they go back to their roots where they're talking about assassins versus Templars, you can make a game like Rogue, or you can go back to the roots and make a game where you're an assassin and you have that system. That honestly, that myself I think would be so cool.
And I only brought it up because as soon as I read this news article, I think it broke yesterday or Thursday. I don't remember which one. The first thing I thought of, oh shit, it's Warner Bros. I wonder, and Netflix is getting into the gaming world. I wonder if they're going to bring that out of the vault, maybe resurrect. Wasn't it Wonder Woman they were making that? They had that for.
They could potentially resurrect all of the projects that were suddenly killed off. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would think that they would still have all of the assets that were completed. Whether or not they have any of the developers left is another matter entirely. Whether they were all shuffled or cut loose, but if Netflix purchase it, which is it's a big if right now because that is going to be a major FCC and regulatory committee and
it's already
over the world, all of the various regulatory committees they get a chance to speak up about deals like that.
Yeah, they've already said that it's under heavy scrutiny right now.
Well, and
your normal players are saying they don't want it to happen, but
just going back to what we were talking about with Assassin's Creed, with Netflix getting an adaptation, a live action adaptation for it, I really hope it does better than what the movie was. The 2016 Assassin's Creed movie, from what I can remember, it was looking at the just, and again, I'm just looking at ratings just to get kind of a general idea of what it was, because I never watched it because I was told it was not that great from friends who went and saw it. It was a 5.6 out of 10 by IMDb, and it was a 19% by Rotten Tomatoes. So
Well,
I never went and saw it. I can't really say much about it, but going off of what I heard, I really hope this Netflix adaptation does better because, again, like Godfather used to say, there were a lot of adaptations done that really hurt the gaming environment.
yep.
Like Paramount's Halo. Um, I wouldn't say the Mario movie was a pretty good, successful one.
Very good movie.
Minecraft movie was a good kids one. What were the other ones that came out recently?
Warcraft.
Warcraft. The Last of Us was good, at least the first season. Um, you know, we're getting there's some hits to adaptations, there's some misses. I honestly think having a good Assassin's Creed adaptation.
Now, let me ask you guys this question, because I've been thinking about this a lot. And you're talking about adaptations, and you brought up the new games that are coming out, and it got me. You know what? When I was looking at that list before we came on air, you remember when I was scrolling through it?
When you thought it was the 2026 list,
Yeah,
it was the
yeah, yeah,
2025
yeah,
list.
yeah. They were completely ass backwards, but that's something completely different. Writers have gotten lazy.
Yeah,
They just have.
Yeah.
either
The
that.
amount of games that's coming out that are hard hitting is few and far in between.
Well, God's
You get a lot of garbage games out there, like a lot of garbage games. Games that you see 4 or 5 copies sitting on the shelf when you go down to your local disc replay. Now, I get it. Not every game can be a Grand Theft Auto. Not every game can be a Red Dead Redemption. Not every game can be a World of Warcraft. I understand that. But what I'm saying is this. Some of this writing, a good majority of it, just garbage.
Well, Godfather, and I will say this, and this is where you get a lot of people who are upset with it because they aren't actually using real human writers. They're using generative AI.
Ah, not as much as what you think.
Right. I'm talking.
Well,
Do you know how many companies out there are doing that? And I'm going to correct you on this because I've done a lot of I've done a lot of research on it.
Well,
There's only one main company out there using AI
well,
that's come out and said it.
from what I've seen, and hold on, before
would that be Epic Games?
No,
Epic Games or Fortnite, Call of Duty,
they have dabbled, but they have not used them 100%. There is
Well-
only one company out there that is using AI at 100%. If the other ones are, they have not come out and admitted to it because they are under contract from whatever union covers their workers.
they might. The thing is, they might not be using it 100%, but they're using it heavily. I'm not
And
saying
if they're on Steam, they have to disclose if it was used.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which is partially why I said Epic Games, because the what is it? Tim Sweeney,
Mhm.
the head of Epic Games, shot himself in the foot this week by saying that, or last week maybe. We've had a couple of weeks off here. He said that he didn't think it was necessary for Steam to require companies to disclose use of AI in the games.
But here's the thing.
Check comments.
Here's the thing that I'm talking.
Hang on, could Disney have bought WB, or would that be seen as a monopoly deal in the US? Right now, Netflix attempting to buy WB could be seen as a monopoly deal.
Yes.
That is not for us to speculate. That would be entirely up to our Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, to determine that factor.
My opinion, absolutely.
Or would it be the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission?
No, it's the FCC, FTC, and there's one other one in there too. There's a whole bunch of alphabets out there looking at it. But my own personal opinion, and I can speak what I think. I do think it's a monopoly. I just do. because they're not only buying Warner Brothers, they're buying Discovery, and they're buying HBO. So, and why does this matter to the gaming world? Because HBO has all of the comics, they have all the DC.
Well,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
that's
with
right.
them
Yes,
attempting
they
to buy
do.
Warner Brothers, they would gain access to all of the WB properties for
Yes.
gaming, which is that's what got us on it, is because we all want
Yeah.
that Nemesis system out in the wild.
But doesn't Warner Brothers has access to the Arkham Knight series, don't they?
That's because it's a WB property. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's going to be something interesting to watch moving forward because I'm going to tell you right now, if it gets killed in the United States, it doesn't matter what the rest of the world says because they are based in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
If a company
And
was based in Britain or based in France or the Netherlands or wherever, or Australia is another key one. But if they were to come out in their home soil and say, no, you can't do it, then it would make everybody else's ruling moot. Because if they can't do it where they're headquartered at, they can't really get
I
it out
still
there to anybody else.
Boys, we
still
just
don't understand why anyone other than the home soil of the two companies would have any say in the matter to begin with.
Well-
But I don't understand global.
Well, look at Nintendo with Pokemon. They sued Pal World in Japan and then turned around
And in the
sued them
US.
in the US. So they're trying to box them in, and that one's falling apart too. But I don't understand it. If you're going to sue them in Japan, then leave your suit in Japan. That is where Nintendo's headquarters is. What?
no, I was putting my pop socket
Oh.
back on my case.
Wow.
I wonder if they
I
were
just don't
doing
get
that in the Nintendo case. I wonder if they were trying to do that in the effort to force the United States to block sales of Pal World.
You know, they might
Maybe.
because that's where Pal World's at. But I get it. But everything hinges off of where they're based at. Because if the US says no and the UK says yes, or if the UK says no and the US says yes, vice versa, take any of the combo of countries, it doesn't matter. Wherever they're headquartered at, if they say no, it's a done deal.
Right. But
We
boys,
got comments rolling, by the way.
we said this was gonna be a long
Some of it's
video.
been my discussion back with Mr. Stinky Brew, but he says, as a Brit, I want an American company to own WB, not Saudi.
Oh, that reminds me about
Is a historic legacy corporation.
we were talking about AI and we got kind of sidetracked. EA is the only company out there right now, and the Saudi comment made me remember, who come right out and said they are going to heavily use AI now. Not heavily, but pretty much depend on it
Well,
moving forward to drop their overhead and increase their profits.
so moving on, since now we're talking about AI, I wanted to bring this up because this is one of our notes. EA has come out to say that they are no longer making any. They have zero plans to bring back the franchise, Dead Space.
Yep. They don't have to. They just don't have to.
But
You have to remember, now they are a private company. They don't have to answer to nobody.
right, I understand that. But if you remember correctly, Dead Space was one of their most popular and successful horror games to come out today.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say.
With the remaster coming out in 2023.
You know who's driving the whole thing with EA? I found this out and it absolutely floored me when I read this. You know who's driving the boat at EA with all this crap? The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He is an avid gamer.
Really?
I mean, absolute avid. So if you want to know any more about that, I reported on it 2 weeks ago on Talking Tuesday, where I had the entire article right there. But he is the sole reason why they have bought into, I think last I counted was 7 different companies of video games. EA being their largest.
Well, I knew there was a Saudi investment group that bought into EA. I didn't know that much
They
more
bought
about. They bought them.
bought them. They also own somewhere between 20 and 49% of Activision and Blizzard.
Hmm.
They are heavily, heavily invested in video games.
Mm-hmm. Because I did see an article talking about how they are trying to move a lot of their investment out of oil into other
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, I think you're going to refer to the same article, or maybe we read articles that were paralleled, but I was reading it, and that is the PLF, the public. I forget what it stands for, but it's the same thing. It's all their assets trying to move away from oil. Which, whatever. We're getting too close to politics, so let's start bumping this back to uh, where we need to be at.
Well, moving back to where we need to be at, it looks like we got one more topic to talk about.
Check comments real quick.
I've got nothing here on Twitch.
Nothing.
Must have been a like.
Oh, hang on. Something just came in. Hey, it came up 10 seconds after you said check.
I know.
In the world of capitalism, I think the fact a company pays artists and advertises no AI art is an amazing selling point. I say this as a graphic artist.
Yes. You know what? And I think I can speak for the rest of the Nomad gamers here. If you have a good story and you got a label that says no AI used, I'd buy your product.
I would too. Absolutely. I mean, I can understand like a little bit of AI, but when you like, and I'm gonna bring up Call of Duty in this.
Oh God.
If you are a big major company like this that is using AI, especially when it comes to art or when it comes to story making, that's where you're going to turn away a lot of players.
Well, here's the other part, Fireball, that I can't wrap my thoughts around right now. I hear the ding. I know there's a comment somewhere out there. Just give me a second to get this out before we go back to the comment. AI could be used as a very good tool.
Oh, I'm not saying it can't.
Hold on, Fireball. Hold on, Fireball. I know this is something you get very fired up about. Just hold on. It can be used as a very good tool. Okay. We are seeing some of the backfire of that, where we're seeing from big gaming companies, medium, and even small ones, where they are laying off scores of workers. I don't mind a game using AI, but without that AI taking away jobs from hard-working people. The AI should not be taking food and money off of the table for the hard-working people who have helped give us this absolute love of video games.
There's something I forgot to put down in the show notes, and it's covered. It's going to cover something under AI. My position has changed a lot when it comes to talking about AI and video games. So when it comes to talking about AI in general,
Okay.
and I agree with you. Having some AI is fine. But when you make AI art, or when you make AI voice acting, or when you you use AI to help generate a story, and then you try to pass it off as, oh, this was made by a real person, and it's not. Like talking about the zombie claws in Black Ops 6, it had 6 fingers, and they tried passing it off as, oh, somebody made that is a real something. Somebody made that picture. That is where I'm like, that's where I draw a line of like, you're a piece of shit company.
Okay, we get it.
However,
Comments.
right, I've got no comments. But talking about more,
You might not. Hang on.
Guys,
It's going
easy.
crazy.
We're watching the comments. We don't need you to yell at us every 2 seconds to check the comments. If it's something to bring up, I will bring it up. But we're already at an hour and a half, and we need to start moving on.
RAM prices are going up because a lot of companies that make RAM sticks and stuff like that are committing their RAM to AI, basically just to AI. Like people are companies are making these big uh AI facilities, and a lot of these companies that make these RAM sticks are saying we're gonna sell only to certain. We're gonna sell to AI. We're gonna sell to companies that are trying to make AI or constructive AI, something like that. But like I said, we're trying to move on. We are way past time. We are almost an hour and 40 minutes into this episode. Like we said, there was going to be a lot, but we need to move on. Last topic. CD Projekt Red has come out and said that they plan on making 3 more Witcher games within 6 years, but the clock has not started yet.
I have nothing about Witcher.
And it says highly anticipated, despite Witcher 4 being still several years away, CD Projekt Red will attend the Game Awards 2025 on December 11th in recognition of its nomination for the most anticipated game of The Witcher 4. But they have also come out and said that its latest earnings will call to reaffirm one of its most ambitious goals, releasing an entire Witcher trilogy within 6 years. So there's going to be a Witcher 4, Witcher 5, and Witcher 6. They said they don't know. The studio will also emphasize that the 6-year countdown will not begin until The Witcher 4 launches. The executives confirmed that the next mainline entry will not arrive until 2026. So after that, whenever The Witcher 4 drops, we should be getting 2 more games on top of that. Which, I don't know about you, I've played The Witcher. Great story, great franchise. Ghost Rider?
Sorry, I was typing a reply and wasn't listening.
CD Projekt Red is coming out with another Witcher trilogy.
Oh, I don't care. I do, but at the same time, I've got so much going on with other things that it's not a priority for me.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, well, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah. My butt's starting to go numb. We've been sitting here for so long.
Yeah. All right, you ready, Fireball?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Well, starting off, I don't know if you've been on my TikTok at Fireball123D, but I feel like I've started a war on my profile talking about Tarkov. PvP versus PvE. Which one, like, what is... Oh my god, I can't tell you how many comments I see people going back and forth on that. I'm just gonna say right now, if you are on my channel, if you watch my channel, you're complaining to a grown man about how he plays a video game. If you're doing that, you really need to think more about your life. I'm gonna play the video games how I play. If you don't enjoy that, you can move on. There are people out there that enjoy it. I'm playing it not only for myself, but those people that want to watch it too and building a community. But we're going to continue to play Tarkov. I'm having fun with it. And a lot of my friends that I've gotten into it are having fun with it. I'm going to try to get back into Helldivers. Oh man, Helldivers even dropped their file size from like 83 gigs down to 23. So I can reinstall that back on my PC now without it taking up a lot of storage. But just stay tuned. I'm gonna try to stream whenever I've got free time available, and maybe we'll get a couple streams in with Gauze. We'll have to see. But that's all.
Trust Rider.
I bought a Steam Deck.
Ooh.
It has not arrived yet, so I should have it by time for next week's podcast, so I
Question.
can give some impressions on it.
Are you gonna get a Steam machine?
No.
No?
So I have no issues with the Steam machine, but why would I want a Steam machine? I want to have that.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. You already got a PC, so you don't need a Steam
Do
machine.
remember that I very recently had to get a new computer because my old one fried.
Yeah.
So why would I buy a weaker version of this beast
Well,
just because it's more portable? I'm gonna have the Steam Deck for that.
I'm gonna say this. you got you got a new PC at just the right time because now RAM prices have damn near doubled.
Yeah, there's actually been some discussion from the company that I got the computer built by, because I have a very particular company that I go to every time I want a computer. They've been very good to me, and I love giving them all the business. I use Doghouse Systems. They've been doing some discussion as of late about what that's going to be doing to their services as well.
Well, I was thinking about getting two 32 sticks for my laptop to try to run things better. And
Good luck with that.
yeah, it was like just over $100 when I was looking, and I was like, I'll wait until I get a little more comfortable with finances. And then I went and looked now, and it's damn near $300. So,
And that's not going to change anytime soon.
no, I should have bought the RAM sticks when I thought about it.
Yeah, but you know, there are things more important than RAM for your computer when you're just going about life. And yeah, you're kicking yourself now, but in the moment you were just like, I'm just trying to survive.
Mm-hmm. But Godfather, let's get your stuff.
All right. So after this episode, I've got a couple of things to do in the house. Then I'm gonna come back out. We're gonna do some live streaming. It'll be Grand Theft Auto tonight. I already did my Red Dead Redemption stuff earlier today. So we'll do Grand Theft Auto tonight. Tomorrow we'll do a kind of a combo of both, kind of mix those two together. And then Monday will be the same thing. And then we got Talking Tuesday on Tuesday at 7:30. New time for Talking Tuesday and Thursday. 7:30 for both of those. Oh, not good.
What'd you do?
Hit
He
the
went
wrong button.
robot for a minute.
Yeah, I went wrong. All right, so I'll close this out too. I thought of something for Fireball, for Zanar Crest Rider, and for me. We want to thank you for watching this very long episode of the Nomad Gamers. Invite you to watch all of us if we are streaming on our own, and invite you to come back and watch us next Saturday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Until then, Nomad Gamers, game on.